As dusk descends upon Vatican City, a gentle hush falls over St. Peter's Square, where the last golden rays of sunlight linger on ancient stones. The air is thick with anticipation and reverence, as if the city itself is holding its breath. The basilica's dome, a timeless masterpiece of Renaissance architecture, seems to reach up and touch the heavens, its silhouette etched against the deepening blue of the evening sky. It stands as a symbol of hope and endurance. It stands as a silent sentinel, a beacon of faith for millions around the world, its lights glowing softly as night falls. Pilgrims gather in the square, drawn by the promise of solace and unity. But tonight a somber mood has settled upon this sacred ground. The Pope, the spiritual leader of the Catholic Church, has passed away, leaving the faithful in collective mourning and disbelief. The news, carried on the whispers of the wind, spreads quickly through the Vatican. Priests and officials exchange hushed words, their faces marked by sorrow and uncertainty about the days ahead. Inside the Apostolic Palace, once a vibrant hub of activity, there is a sense of profound loss. The corridors, now silent and dimly lit, echo with memories of leadership and guidance. Cardinals, the princes of the Church, receive the news with heavy hearts. They gather in prayer, seeking wisdom and strength for the uncertain journey ahead. A period of mourning has begun, a time for reflection and prayer as the Catholic world prepares for a new chapter. In the flicker of candlelight, hope and faith endure, guiding the faithful through the darkness of loss. In this time of transition, a pivotal figure emerges, the Camerlengo of the Holy Roman Church. This high-ranking cardinal assumes responsibility for the temporal affairs of the papacy until a new pope is elected. It is a solemn duty, steeped in centuries of tradition. The Camerlengo's first task is to confirm the pope's death. While the tradition of striking the pope's forehead 3 times with a silver hammer is no longer practiced, a medical professional makes the official declaration. The Camerlengo then informs the Cardinal Vicar of Rome, who in turn announces the news to the people of Rome and the world. Visible signs of mourning soon appear throughout the Vatican, transforming the city into a place of deep reflection and reverence. Black banners are draped over historic buildings, and the atmosphere in St. Peter's Square becomes hushed, as if the very stones themselves are paying tribute to the loss. Flags are lowered to half-mast, their colors muted in respect. The fluttering of these subdued banners in the wind serves as a silent signal to the world that a significant chapter in the Church's history has come to a close. Priests don black vestments, a visual reminder of the solemnity of this period. The bells of St. Peter's toll mournfully, their somber notes echoing across the city, calling the faithful to prayer and contemplation during this time of transition. A particularly poignant moment occurs with the destruction of the Ring of the Fisherman. This papal signet ring, bearing the image of St. Peter casting his net, is a powerful symbol of the Pope's authority and his unique role as the spiritual leader of millions. The Camerlengo breaks the ring, signifying the end of the pontificate. This ancient tradition underscores the finality of death and the transition to a new era, marking the moment when the Church prepares to choose its next shepherd. As the world mourns, cardinals from every corner of the globe begin their journey to Rome. They come from diverse backgrounds, cultures, and languages, yet they are united in their faith and their shared purpose, to elect a new successor to St. Peter. The cardinals gather in general congregations, solemn assemblies, where they discuss the challenges facing the Church and the qualities needed in the next pope. These meetings are a prelude to the Conclave, the secret election process held within the confines of the Sistine Chapel. The Conclave is a time of intense prayer and deep deliberation, a sacred tradition that stretches back centuries. Within the hallowed walls of the Sistine Chapel, cardinals gather in silence, seeking guidance and wisdom from above as they prepare to make a decision that will shape the future of the Catholic Church. Cardinals, isolated from the outside world, cast their ballots in secret. Each vote is a solemn act, performed with a sense of great responsibility and humility, as they entrust the outcome to divine providence. After each round of voting, the ballots are burned in a small stove, their fate sealed in smoke. This ritual preserves the secrecy of the process and signals the world outside. Black smoke billowing from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel signals that no decision has been reached. The crowd waits anxiously, eyes fixed on the sky, hoping for a sign of change. Finally, after hours or even days of anticipation, the long-awaited moment arrives. The tension in the air is palpable as dawn breaks over St. Peter's Basilica and the world holds its breath. White smoke rises above the Vatican, announcing to the world that a new pope has been chosen. The signal is unmistakable, and a wave of excitement sweeps through the crowd. The senior cardinal deacon steps onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica and utters the traditional Latin phrase, "Annuntio vobis gaudium magnum, habemus papam." I announce to you a great joy. We have a pope. The words echo across the square, carrying centuries of tradition. The crowd erupts in cheers, their anticipation turning to jubilation. Flags wave, tears flow, and strangers embrace, united in a moment of shared history and hope. The newly elected pope emerges on the balcony, his white cassock a symbol of purity and hope. He gazes out over the sea of faces, aware of the immense responsibility now resting on his shoulders. He offers his first apostolic blessing, Urbi et Orbi, to the city and to the world, marking the beginning of his papacy. The blessing is both a prayer and a promise, reaching out to millions across the globe. A new chapter in the history of the Catholic Church has begun, filled with hope, renewal, and the promise of spiritual leadership for generations to come.